How many drinks can the Jura J8 Twin make? If you read any product descriptions, you will see that the J8 Twin can produce 31 specialty drinks. But when you look at the menu as the pre-selected drinks, you'd only see 16. Is there a secret menu to this, or what's going on? Okay, so here is the menu pre-selected drinks on the Jura J8 Twin. As you see, it does have a panorama screen. And you see 4 drinks here, 4 drinks here, so that's a total of 8, and then 4 and 4. So that's a total of 16 drinks. But the way they've calculated it is that almost every single drink here has 1 or 2 variations. Let me show you. For instance, coffee. Coffee can be made as a single drink, or it could be made as 2 coffees at the same time. This also applies to espresso. So the 16 drinks on the pre-selected menu, you would add 2 extra drinks for 2 coffees and 2 espressos, but that's not where it ends. Almost any of these drinks can also be made in 2 other variations, and all those variations are counted towards the 31 drinks. Variations, one is with a sweet foam technology, or you can make all these drinks as an extra shot. So a cappuccino will have 2 different variations: a sweet cappuccino with sweet foam, or an extra shot cappuccino. So a cappuccino would be considered 3 different drinks, and that's how you get to 31 specialty drinks. What's in the settings menu in the J8 and the J8 Twin? This particular one is a J8 Twin. Let's see what's in the settings menu and how you get there and what options you have. To get into the settings menu, you press the 3 bar over here, and it opens up 3 screens for you. This is a maintenance screen. This is any notifications. In this particular case, clean the milk pipework, which I'll show you later. And also the settings. Here's the settings. It's going to give you 3 pages. You can choose a different language, a water hardness level, connections, whether this is connected to either the Joe app or your Jura control. In the display settings, you can have profile, because you have 4 user profiles, remember. You can display the product name or not. You could name each grinder. If you have a particular bean in each grinder, you can name them here instead of just left and right. And you can adjust the brightness of the screen here. Now let's say 60 to 100%, save. Now next is counter. This is just telling you how many drinks has been produced in this machine already. This is rather new machine. 63 total drinks, 44 Americanos. Guess who uses this machine most? I do. And guess what I drink most? General, this is just a system, software factory settings. And this will empty system. If you're traveling or taking the machine somewhere, it will purge everything inside, all the liquids and everything out of it. Last but not least, the machine settings. Timer, you can switch off after a certain amount of time. In this particular case, it's going to go off after 30 minutes. Operating instructions, this is where you can turn on and off or activate or deactivate coffee eye, aroma controls, sweet foam function, and milk units. You can choose ounces or milliliters. Let's keep ounces, we're just used to that. And that's the settings menu in the J8 and J8 Twin. Will the Jura J8 Twin fit under marked countertops? Let's measure. The J8 Twin measures at just under 12 inches. It's actually 11.5 inches wide by just around, if you get from here to here, it's just under 18 inches deep, which should be suitable for most countertops. However, it is 14 inches tall. Now keep in mind, you do have to open this lid up and remove the water tank. The water tank doesn't require to be lifted up much, so only about a couple of inches here. So if we allow 16 inches, we should have more than enough clearance for us to get the water tank out very easily. What does this dial do on the Jura J8 and the J8 Twin? This dial lets you control how frothy you want the milk to come out. Now, how much air is being mixed with the air, basically. Well, let me show you. Let's choose one portion of milk foam and let's have it all the way here. And then as the milk is being produced, we're going to go towards milk instead of milk foam. You'll see a different texture. You see, almost doesn't like it. But this is much more milk. And here's in the middle. And as we go over to the left, there's so much more froth. So you can customize how frothy you want your milk to go. What does the coffee eye do in the Jura J8 and the J8 Twin? That is the coffee eye. It's a sensor that can tell if a cup has been placed under the central spout. Now remember, with these machines, the central spouts are responsible for making espresso and coffee. No milk-based drinks are going to come out of here, okay? Milk-based drinks are made on the side spout here. So when the machine senses there is a cup under the central spout, first of all, it will turn that light into an amber color. Plus, if you now, by mistake, choose a drink that needs milk, or it's a milk-based drinks, this is what happens. So in this particular case, let's choose a cortado. And then you would see the coffee eye is active, and it tells you that, we can't make the drink here. You need to position the cup under this spout. So this coffee eye feature prevents mistakes where you would place the coffee mug here and the whole drink will be produced here, obviously causing a big mess. Now you can turn off the coffee eye feature by pressing on the settings right here and then going into operating instructions. Press that. And the first one you will see is coffee eye. You can have it either active or inactive, and you can just save it as inactive or keep it active. How to customize and produce a drink in the Jura J8 and the Jura J8 Twin. Now let's see, let's pick a drink that we can work with. Now, cappuccino is a very popular drink. For you to customize any drink, pressing and holding on the drink is going to open a whole world of options. So cappuccino, we press and hold, and guess what? We get a whole menu and a sub menu here, by which we can customize quite a lot of different things. Now in the J8, this is the J8 Twin, it's very similar to the J8. So the first things first, we're going to look at the J8 Twin has 2 grinders. You're going to see how intense we want the grinder or the grind to be. So in this particular case for the left grinder, it's intense. When you press on it, it will reduce to mild or intense. That's just the 2 options it gives you. So we're going to select intense. So that's your aroma control right there. We're going to say okay to that. Do you want to save the settings? Yes. Now back to here. Now in the J8 Twin, because you have 2 grinders and 2 separate hoppers, you can choose how much of each bean the machine is going to use, whether you want a blend of both beans, if you have different types of beans here, or that would be a blend of 50-50. You want completely whatever it is in the left hopper, or if you want whatever you want it is on in the right hopper. And you could also select how many grams of beans is being ground for this drink, so how strong you want the drink to be. So in this particular case, let's be fun and say 50% and 50%. In the J8, you only have 1 grinder, so you don't have this customizability option, but this is the J8 Twin. So we select that, and it's asking if you wanted to save it. Of course we do. As far as the drink itself is concerned, how much espresso do you want? So let's say 2 ounces of espresso, and milk foam is always in seconds, okay? So in this particular case, we're going to say, let's do 13 seconds, okay? And then save, and yeah, do you want to save the settings? Yes, we do. Now, once we do save all these settings, from now on, the drink's just going to be made exactly the same way as now. So you don't have to do this every single time. As far as pre-selection is concerned, you can choose for this drink to be always made with the sweet foam technology, where you would put some syrup here. You always have this there with a syrup, and then the milk will diffuse into the syrup. You can have it done that it's always done with an extra shot. So every time you press that cappuccino, it's going to grind twice and to put 2 shots of espresso on your drink. And you're going to ask it, it's going to use pre-ground beans, which we don't want to do that. This is, we have fresh beans for this reason, so we're not going to press on this. But this is an interesting selection. We can have the drink made this way all the time. That's as far as those drinks are concerned. I'll get into easy mode in a second. You can name the drink a particular thing. Remember, you have 4 user profiles. If this is your cappuccino and there's somebody else in the house that has a different idea of what a cappuccino should be, they can save it on their own name. Here is where you control the temperatures. It's pretty straightforward. It's low, medium, and high. We want to keep it high. Now remember, this is a super automatic machine. So 85 degrees espresso shot is the max you're going to get. And also whether you want to replace the cappuccino with some other product or reposition it on a different screen because you want to have all your drinks in one particular screen, that's where you can do this. Now, if you didn't want to bother with any of this, there's an easy mode. How much coffee you want, how much milk you want, and you can just adjust things there, and that's it. But now that we've saved all these settings, it's every time it makes a cappuccino, it's going to make it exactly that way. So in order to make that cappuccino, now all I do is I press cappuccino. And so it's the first thing is giving us, make sure that the dial is in the foam, not in the milk, because guess what? Cappuccino is espresso and milk foam. So that's what it's telling you already. You could have this turned off from the settings, but it's a nice reminder to have. Anyways, it's telling you what it's going to do, right? It's going to give you everything from the left hopper as we had chosen. So it's heating up, it's giving you a progress bar. We're expecting, there we go. Yep, that's your foam right there. It's telling you what it's doing. It's milk foam. It's in 13 seconds. This is all the settings we chose already. And now we expect the coffee or the espresso shot to come out. Okay, beautiful drink already, and it smells great as well. Enjoy. What does this button do on the J8 and the J8 Twin? This is a very important button. It's called the Aroma Selection button, and this button allows you to customize a drink fully right before you make it, regardless of whether you want that setting saved forever or just a one-time thing. It allows you to choose between functions such as extra shot or a sweet foam technology. So without having this button turned on, if I choose to make a drink like cappuccino, it would make the drink just like I've saved it in its setting. It will always make the drink in the same way based on what parameters we have customized for that drink. But let's say today, for whatever reason, I want an extra shot cappuccino. Well, the way to get to that is you would press on the Aroma Selection button first. You see the screen goes brown and you see there's shadows of brown under certain drinks. And now if I press the cappuccino, first you will get this screen, and that screen allows you to do a sweet foam cappuccino or an extra shot cappuccino, or if you want the machine to use ground coffee beans instead of fresh beans from the hopper. You actually also get a lot of choices here as to whether you want both hoppers to be used for the grinding of the beans on the left only, or the beans on the right only, depending on what beans you have in the J8 Twin. As you know, you have two hoppers. You can also very easily customize how strong you want this particular drink to be. Okay, now if I go 100% to the beans on the right, and I want it as strong as possible right there, I can adjust it there. Now once I press next, it'll start making the drink as per these customizations, regardless of how we had saved the drink in its menu. So that is what the Aroma Selection button does. It just brings out a whole bunch of different customizations you can do on the fly for that specific drink for that particular time, without having to change the permanent drink settings. How tall of a mug can you fit under the spouts on the Jura J8 Twin? I've got just the thing we need here. Now with Jura J8 and the J8 Twin, you get two separate spouts. The central spout is responsible for all the non-milk based drinks, so your espressos, coffees, longos, whatever, and also the side spout for any milk based drinks. The central spout does go up and down depending on the size, but the tallest it will go is just about 4.5 inches. That's how much clearance you have here. The side spout at its tallest can go up to just around 6 inches. So 6 inches here and 4.5 inches in the central spout. Now, a lot of people before purchasing one of these, the J8 or the J8 Twin or any Jura coffee machine really, they will ask, well, what's involved in the daily maintenance of the machine? Now, this is a J8 Twin. The same concept works for a J8. Let me show you what you need to do daily as far as maintenance is concerned. The first thing is making sure that your drip tray is emptied out every day or so. Now, this is the J8 is a full-size model, so whether it's the J8 or J8 Twin, so they allow for quite a lot of drinks to be made, 16 I believe, before you need to, and the machine will prompt you to empty the drip tray. But it's just a good habit to keep, to empty this out on a daily basis. If you haven't used the machine for any milk-based drinks, then you don't have to worry about this. But if you have used the machine to produce a specialty drinks, milk-based drinks really, you do need to have this cleaned on a daily basis. Now, there is a difference between rinsing and cleaning. The machine will rinse before it will turn off by itself, but that doesn't clean the inside of this milk pipework. So how do you do that? This comes with your Jura. It's meant to sit exactly like this. It kind of just sits and locks in. You see, this is locked in properly. Now, for the sake of doing this manually, once I press that, it says clean milk system. So we'll press on that, and it says, well, use, you know, Jura products for sure. What you would need to do is you would need to insert 1 dose of this. This is like a Pez dispenser. In here, make sure to put this in here. The milk pipework goes there. Press next. Shows you exactly what to do in the screen as well. That's your start. There we go. And now all the machine is going to do is we have a dose of detergent in here. It's going to put water in here and dilute this, and then suck that water up through the milk pipe and into the frother. It's the most thorough way of cleaning any milk pipe system in any coffee machine ever. This process takes about 5 minutes. Basically, once you've done this, you're more than welcome to just walk away. And that's it. You don't have to do anything else. For the sake of this video, I will keep filming and probably speed this up until it's done, and that progress bar tells us where to go. So I will now be quiet and let this thing do its cleaning.